Hello. Just cleaning up a few things here. And loading up the game. Anyways, welcome. It's good to see you, Nate. Hope you both are having a good day today. So we're gonna start with some pure fiction first, and then we'll move on to the story. So I haven't really looked at it, I just kind of got close to it. So I don't know if this pure fiction's gonna be a pain in the ass or not. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. This is a little weird for my first team here. Who's more built, Sunday or Sparkle? Sparkle, okay. We will use Sparkle then. See how that goes. Kill 12 stars on the first try. Hopefully. I'm doing good. How are you doing today? Probably do the first one, I guess. And then for this one, we will use... Whoops. We will use Rome, Trailblazer, Casters, and this guy. And then we will go with that modifier. And then this should be pretty easy. I think the only one I'd worry about is the first one. Aside from the first one, I think we're pretty good. I'm just gonna close my door here real quick. Because knowing my nephew, he's just gonna run straight in. James sounds weird, sounds very far. Whoops. See, it's a little bit better.
Bust. Or maybe
It sounds like it's coming from Toad.
Watch your
It's doing that again.
no dirty tricks, alright?
Feeling spiffy? Can you find
I wonder why that only happens every other day. Doesn't make sense. Oh shit, that's loud.
I weep.
Some VTuber drama with the weekend, but I know nothing of it. Hear anything about it? Trying to get into it. Curious if you didn't. Anything about it? No, I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear anything about any of that.
For the departed.
Oh, maybe I kinda did. If it's about Cinder, then I suppose I heard a little bit, but not too much.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Also, let me just turn that off. We don't really need it on at the moment. And then we could probably up this just a little bit. I was gonna say, yeah, I'm not alone not being able to loop.
Or maybe I'll take you.
I just heard it in passing. I didn't really see much on it.
Still waters of oblivion.
Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Is this the last wave?
Destined for oblivion.
That's good. We're not doing too bad.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Oh, there's gotta be one more wave after this, right? Has to be.
Watch your head. Bust. Or maybe I'll take
I was also thinking of starting some more games here, real quick here. See how it goes.
still water.
Cause I pretty much have everything set up,
I weep for the departed.
and my schedule is about to be a little weird. So I want to get as much done as possible outside my normal streaming hours.
Destined for oblivion.
So we'll see. See what happens.
Still waters of oblivion.
Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
I weep for the departed.
May's gonna be a little bit of a confusing month
Spend freely.
because my family's going camping, and a few of us have to stay behind.
Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
So I'll probably have to do a lot more than I normally do
Watch your head.
at shittier times.
No dirty tricks.
Games were you thinking about? I was thinking about doing Ark
Net markers activated.
because I got the private server to work. So I was gonna start that.
Can you find the answer?
I don't know if I'd really stream Ark, but
For the departed.
but but I will definitely record some of it. Yeah. Also, hello,
Destined for oblivion. Tell me.
official Dead God team. Nice name.
Watch your head.
I hope you're having a good day.
Bust.
Welcome, welcome.
Or maybe I'll take it all.
Yeah, it was Ark, and I was thinking of doing
Net markers activated.
maybe Subnautica.
I weep for the departed.
I still wanted to do that with VR, but I can't really do that at the moment here. Also, I'm just gonna make my model just a little bit smaller here, so I'm not totally blocking the text here. That's better.
I'll be taking point.
I don't have a lot of buffs here.
Emerge from your cocoon.
It should be easy. This one should be pretty simple. Cause we got a big Durgan. Fairy don't remember me. I only show up when you stream Honkai Genshin. I'm pretty sure I've read your name before. But yeah, not very often, no. But it's good to have you back. I did get Castress, yeah. I had guarantee from losing on the Herda banner. So I knew I could get her. And I was at like 60 pity with guarantees, so I was like, I know I can get her. But I'll wait till everybody else gets her. So I waited until most of my friends got her, and then I was like, okay, I'll get her. But I only got her because of her dragon. I really like her dragon. Are you still trying? Well, I hope you get her. I'm gonna be skipping an X. I don't feel so bad about skipping an X now. Because, I heard the buffs for Silverwolf. So I'm really looking forward to using Silverwolf again. I could skip an X for a little bit. Is Silverwolf getting a buff? I don't need him. He's cool though. Also, hi Moxie, it's good to see you. But yeah, T, it's good to see you again. Glad you're back. Nobody's beating your Bay Akron. And they haven't? Yeah, Akron's pretty sweet. Surprise, surprise, she's my most used Nihility character. No surprise there. I was a little surprised, Robin wasn't in the Harmony slot. But after I thought about it, I did get her a little bit later, so that doesn't surprise me too much anymore. Yeah, my day's going pretty good. I'm just getting ready for my nephew to run through my door and interrupt everything. We'll see if he doesn't. But I'm pretty sure he will. So if I go silent and my character starts flying off the screen, it's probably because I muted my mic to tell him to get out. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Also, we totally got this third stage one. Unless the fourth stage is way harder, we got this. There's no way. The best part is I really wanted to 3-star these. Pure efficient one. Also, how's the volume now? It doesn't sound like it's in a toilet bowl anymore, does it? I really don't understand why it does that some days. I didn't change any of the sound settings. That sound better? Oh, yeah, that's good. Yeah, it's weird. Okay. You know what? I don't like this one. No, No, it does sound like from to the bowl. I wonder why it's. Ooh. Let me try this real quick. See if it works out. I don't really have a
Would you like to hear?
noise on it though.
I've got many more stories I could tell.
That's how I don't understand why it. Ooh. How does it magically work and then magically not work? How does that make sense? What, did I not launch Streamlabs correctly or something? Is that better? Okay, we'll see if this one makes it better. But the real important thing is what the hell am I going to be doing for my team? Seems like it's going to be a bit awkward here. I honestly don't know how this is gonna work. Seems a bit weird to me. Also, the knee part does make sense. It doesn't. I don't understand how it magically ruins itself.
Feeling lucky.
Okay, how about now? Is it okay?
There's a good shot.
Might be a little loud. Oh, did I even hit my...
Do as you tell.
I wasn't paying attention. I think I missed.
We don't together. Don't let me down.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bit loud then.
Go Nappy.
Unless I can... Unless this does something.
Mean playing the long game.
Oops, that didn't do shit.
Doors echo.
Bending the rules.
I mean, if this is too loud, but it's good.
Now, for me or you.
If it sounds okay, then it should be alright. I could turn all this out on my phone for a second here.
Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. Watch your head.
Liquidation.
Oh. Watch your head.
Yeah, it's like, don't trust the volume sliders. They don't like you. Okay, I won't use the volume sliders.
No dirty. Oh.
I don't understand why, but whatever.
Watch your head. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
Why is... Oh. Okay, I, might have identified the problem. The Zenless Zone Zero audio thingy was, apparently
It's on me.
set to HSR. So it was having, two audio sounds.
Don't let me down.
Yep,
There's
That,
no
uh,
backing out now.
that'd do it.
For me or you.
So it's probably okay now.
Watch your head.
Let me just turn on this a little bit and make sure.
Spend freely.
This tier just a little bit.
Investing in victory means playing the long game.
There we go. That should be better. At least I hope it's better. But it still doesn't make sense I was not doing that in the other stream. Unless I was doing it in the other stream. And nobody told me. Which is possible.
Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. Watch your head.
This boss is not fun.
It's on me.
This one is definitely made for an Axa. There's too many fucking weaknesses. All over the fucking place. It wasn't doing in the other stream. What told me it's couldn't understand. That's fair. Then yeah, I don't understand why it decides it wants to. Be weird at one stream and fine the other. Makes fixing it really hard. Don't fix it if it's not broken. But it is broken.
Or maybe I'll take
But it's not broken.
Watch your head.
But it is broken. Well, what do I do with it? Just kick it? Break it so I can fix it? Is that the plan?
Go Nami! Don't let us down.
A little weird.
There's no backing out now. For me or you. Who's the little
Okay, I'm looking forward to seeing some more Cypher in the story here. That's gonna be really cool. I've seen one cutscene with her, and I hope that's not it. I've been seeing it a lot of Anaxa cutscenes online though.
We need a strategy.
sound lingers? Emerge from your cocoon.
See how well this one goes.
Eternal.
See if we can clear it. If we can clear it, we can get our points back.
Protect us.
But I don't think we can. I mean, try, but I don't think it's gonna work. Also, apparently it sounds like for the old characters that are getting reworked, you have the option to either choose their rework
All will be swept away
or
by
keep
the
their old one. Which I think is strange. But I kinda get it. I'm just surprised they would do something like that. I also don't know how they would do something like that. That seems kind of strange.
embrace a new life.
That they'd allow you to use the old kit just so you don't have to artifact farm for the new one. If you didn't want to. But don't you want to? Wouldn't you want to make your character better? Doesn't really make sense to not make them better. Seems kind of strange. Weird. It's cool though. Don't get me wrong, it's cool.
Protect us.
It's just weird. I wouldn't have thought they would do that. I'm actually surprised they're even reworking the old characters. I think that's kind of strange too. I mean, I'm all for it. I love that, but
All will be swept away by the wind.
I'm just surprised. I didn't think they would do that. Oh, gotta play a game on easy mode. Does it make me a failure as a gamer? What? No. Just means you don't enjoy suffering. And that's not a bad thing. I play some games on easy.
Protect us.
Sorta. Sure. I'm not sure if I do actually. I'm sure I've had one or two on easy.
You
just for the story.
A new life.
Oh yes, I did on Baldur Gate. I started that one on easy because it was something I've never done before. Yeah, we had that one on easy. Otherwise, we were cruising through the game a little too easily and too fast. I went back and I cranked up the difficulty. And now we're suffering every single fight.
Eternal. All will be swept away
Alright,
by
mate,
the
take
wind.
care. Thanks for stopping by.
Mix things up. My friends? Indulge yourselves!
Embrace a new life. May death protect
So, I don't think we're getting 3 stars. I don't know if I should blame auto mode, because I'm thinking it was probably auto mode's fault.
Embrace a new life.
But I don't know if I want to do it again. We have a lot of story to get through too.
Protect us. As you wish.
Also, I think
Root here. As you wish.
I say Silver Wolf's rework was coming in 3.3 or 3.4. The hell the rest.
Embrace a new life.
I'm not 100% sure. I could have sworn it said 3.3, but
May death protect us.
I don't know. No clue. 1 star. Oof. Feels bad. It's better than nothing, but still feels bad. It's mostly this thing. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? Which it looks like it wants me to use Frapper? And now EXO. Or like fire something. Looks like it wants me to use the super big team. Somehow. But I don't have any of those. I have the supports for it, but I don't have any of the DPS. So that definitely makes it a little bit awkward. Let's go to missions. No, not the Panic-Cody Banana one. We're not doing that. We're not doing the banana one.
This haven of memories. Every
Okay, let's turn up the music here. Just a little bit. That way we can try to pause it in the cutscene. And we could enjoy the game music. And for the boss fights. It'd be a little more cinematic. Also, I'm actually gonna lower my model just a little bit. I keep seeing my horns pop up here. Whoops. That was the background. What moves that? Okay, here we go.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Lord Inexagaris.
The fuck is
It's
this guy?
Lord Inexagaris.
If he doesn't look like a villain, I don't know who is.
I greet you on behalf of all the citizens of Akima.
This guy's pretty sus.
Express my deepest regret about what happened at the Grove of Epiphany.
This guy's very cool.
I never expected that you would personally.
Well, that's good then.
Bowing carefully into Lenten above, I have come as a testament to the justice of the Council of Elders.
Also, how's the volume? Is there... Can still hear the dialogue a little bit?
I extend
Or is it being drowned out?
my utmost respect, revered Titan. I am Lycurgus, though you may call me Linus, holding an honorary position within the Council of Elders in Akima and
Could be a tad
as
louder.
Theoros. I stand to protect the right of all upright citizens to express themselves freely.
You can see them too?
You know about us. We Antikytherians perceive the world through the amplitude and frequency of souls. Just as I am conscious that Lady Aglaya is secretly listening in on our
There, I get to your music.
private
Wait, there's
meeting from afar.
music
If
in the thingy too?
necessary, Lord Anaxagoras, I can sever the golden thread to protect your fundamental rights.
Oh, there is
The demigod should know,
barely
for
music.
such is her station. Spare those poor
I hear a
servants,
flute.
and just let her listen to my words.
That's okay
They
now.
shall serve only to unveil her own folly.
May I interpret this as you having a countermeasure?
I need not any plan, because she can do nothing other than petty espionage. As the Citizens' Assembly approaches, and with Orynyx's fall, any attempt to capture the core flame within me will only usher chaos and calamity. A truth she undoubtedly comprehends. While I, Anaxagoras, serving as the Grove's special envoy to Akima's Citizens' Assembly, have long known the extent of your abilities. Let's forego the formality of asserting authority, Lord Lygus. Lead the way.
He even laughs like a villain.
Countess would appreciate such assertiveness in an ally. She's been waiting. Follow
Okay.
me, please.
Strange.
Is there something on your mind, Lord Anaxagoras?
Nothing really. It's just a question that I contemplate every time before I ascend to Dawncloud. For the Titans, does the falling equate to death?
Ah, a pondering truly deep. Time is on our side. Do you mind sharing your reflections with me?
While all living beings must ultimately face their demise, Kefali has yet to meet theirs. Their journey continues unhurriedly along this long path.
Are you suggesting that Kefali may not have truly passed?
Yes, for dying implies an ongoing process, an action, whereas death signifies a static state, a definitive termination.
So they're dying,
In
not them.
contrast to mortals, Titans
Makes
exist
sense.
on a grander scale of space and time, thus elongating their passage into death. The notion of their fall is but a misinterpretation born of mortal ignorance.
Quite the scholar.
Intriguing concept, albeit challenging to substantiate. After all, Kefali has maintained a profound silence.
I wonder what they were
since the
thinking when they
era of
designed this
Marasa,
guy.
While scholars and priests
Like, he seems so out of
conveyed
place
the
here.
message of the gods' imminent fall.
He's like one of those
Perhaps
golem
the
enemies, but
gods in their arrogance
kept their
deemed it
sanity.
beneath them to reveal their perspectives to mortals.
How's the Welsh fanboy? Thank you for the follow.
Could you
Hope you're enjoying the stream so
elaborate
far.
on your statement?
Circe,
He's kind of a weirdo.
the kin of the Sky
A
Father,
weird
as recounted in
character.
myths,
Also,
now resides
I just
within
realized my
brain.
notifications are working.
Were I to inquire, Kefali would have no cause to refuse.
Oh.
That very well could be true. But what if
Oh,
the
I think I know why.
world-bearing Titan still chooses
Wait,
to
nope,
remain
that's
silent?
that's the wrong thing.
In that case, the myths crafted by the people of Amphorius are nothing more than pitiful jests.
It's worth
Yeah,
a
it must be
try.
because
I
it was too
believe,
far back in the background.
and I'd love to witness
That would probably be
the
why it didn't
fruits
work.
of your theory
Should be
and the
working now.
change it may bring to this
Let's do a quick little
imperiled
test here.
world. Because I completely concur with you on this aspect.
Yep, now
If
it's working.
The Titan has indeed met
Sorry
their
about that.
end, any response from them
Anyways, welcome.
would be
Thank you for the follow.
impossible.
Hope you're enjoying the stream. Oh, cats. Oh, it's kind of loud. That was fucking super loud. Holy shit. Why? Why was that so loud? Oh my god.
Indeed created a spectacle.
That wasn't cool. What the fuck happened there?
To Dawn Cloud.
That's you like my
The
model, thank you.
atmosphere here carries a greater sense of
Oh my god,
solemnity
how the hell am I
than
supposed to fix
mundane
that? Hmm?
clamor of the Marmorian
How am I supposed to make that
Palace,
quieter?
with entry permitted only to the invited.
I think I'm gonna have to
Destined
turn up these. Might be a little loud for a moment, sorry. And turn down this. See how that goes for a second here. Okay, so my thought process was since it's gonna be loud in the cutscene anyways, I might as well turn up this one and then turn down Streamlabs. So yeah. There was a thought process behind it. How's it sound now? Not too bad? I'm a little concerned. I feel like I might need to turn this up louder. Or else the cutscene will be too loud again. I'm sorry about that, everyone. Especially for everybody with headphones. Oh, God. I know, I'm wearing headphones. Let me just wait for the music here. Or not? No music? Come on. Okay, I'll just lower it by 15.
beings grace this
Oh, that's
place,
fucking loud.
and among
I hate you. Turn down lower. Turn on my computer too. That way it's not bleeding my ears.
and now we even have the honor to be in the presence of a Titan. Oh, what a joyous occasion!
Okay, how's that? It's fucking
Thus the
super loud for me.
Now a surrogate for revered divinity. The honor should rightfully be mine, shouldn't it?
I'm just gonna turn down a bit on my end.
Notify Kindness and the others of your arrival. Kindly wait for a moment. soldier will be here to guide you shortly. In the meanwhile, you're welcome to explore the vicinity, but kindly remain within the guard's view. Delaying the crucial meeting is something none of us wish to see, I presume.
I'm well aware of Kindness's methods.
Okay, I'm thinking we might need to turn it up just a little bit here.
As you wish.
Unless you guys think that's fine. Is it okay?
Cooperation is much appreciated.
Alas, I had hoped for a brilliant plan from you, but it turns out you just left one cage to enter another.
Save your concerns. I know very well.
Also, wait a second. There, okay, he said cutscene turned to one like 5 million%, but I was like, wait a minute, there's no cutscene one. I was a little confused for a second there. Yeah, I don't know what the cutscene must have a basis of just 100. The voices are almost good. Okay.
Now that I look around, I wonder if there are any murals bearing my portrait around here.
How about there?
I'm quite intrigued to see how the
Is this a little bit
children of
better?
humanity beyond the grove perceive another Titan.
Off you go.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I had to lower stream or yeah, lower stream on OBS because the cutscene volume doesn't I can't control that one.
Be aware.
But oh
I can
my
hear
god,
you
was that loud?
perfectly well from here.
I used to have audio feedback for my microphone, which I still do, but I can't hear it anymore. It's just me and my noise canceling headphones.
Even blasphemous scholars
Maybe I can
come here.
turn on those sound effects a little bit. Just a little.
It seems.
See if that maybe helps.
Looks like my presence here is quite unwelcome.
Walk around before the messenger arrives, huh?
Anaxagoras, I thought that you had died to the Black Tide, just like the other scholars.
As Kephale's priest, are you not aware of the decorum of respecting the dead?
Surely you jest. You blasphemous heretics are not worthy of respect from the Supreme Being. Let me remind
Yeah, it sounds okay.
you that you're currently
I personally
in
think my
dawn
microphone's a little
cloud,
loud though, so I'm
you'd
just gonna
better keep your deranged
turn it down just a
language
little
to
bit.
yourself. I am no longer that altar servant from years ago who could only acquiesce to the commands of others.
Yeah, we had one
Now,
super loud
I have
cutscene,
plenty of ways to deal with people
and we lost
like
half
you.
the people that were here.
I'm not sure whether I should laugh or cry right
I'm
now.
sorry.
I can't believe
Sent half the lobby
that
to the
a
hospital.
follower such as you could have been made by a creation
Feels
titan.
bad.
As I see it, a dead titan can't provide you with this level of confidence, right? Then who is it exactly? Could it be kindness?
You. Seeing how fond of you Elder Kindness is, I shall let that slide for now. Leave immediately, and don't impede us from receiving the Supreme Being's blessings.
Seeing as we were able to hear of this matter from the mouths of others, it seems that kindness is indeed quite sincere toward us. Perhaps this affair will proceed smoother than I had anticipated.
Oh my.
Alexa, why are you being
What a thrilling confrontation.
such a
as expected
evil
of one of
person?
Kephale's followers.
Are you praising or insulting him?
Praising him, of course. As As a believer of the god of deliverance, it is only natural that he detests evil.
Didn't you hear me? I asked you to leave. Go as far away from here as possible. Don't mutter to yourself like some sort of madman and disturb my meditation.
Yes, yes, you can continue your meditating in peace. I'm gonna go this way.
Professor Anaxa! Over here!
Sounds like a fan.
Professor Anaxa? Word has it that the scholars of the Grove valiantly perished resisting the Black Tide. To find you here safe and sound, thank the Fates.
You could say it's the Fates toying with us.
He's so
Only
enjoying
the
it.
Gnoans and Idonians who chase
Hyrule,
glory
for
to
sure.
death. But your survival is a victory in itself. I'd
I
settle
like
for
his
that
style.
gladly. So,
He's cool.
are you here to report the incident to the council? I heard that after the Black Tide devoured the Grove, Akuma would be next in line, even with the demigod of strife standing alongside humankind.
Tell me, how much does the Council of Elders know about the Black Tide?
Once Kindness and her followers learned of Circe's and Orynyx's fall, they proclaimed in the council that the Flame Chasers could no longer stand against the calamity alone. Yet, when
Why
the
don't
Crown
you help
Prince
'em?
ascended to godhood
Jeez.
and repelled the Black
Come
Tide,
on.
she immediately
It's
altered
not
her
bad
tune,
rocket science.
declaring that all was resolved beyond
Can't do it
Akuma.
alone, hopefully.
With the only remaining menace now being Aglaya and her adherents, they might well make their move at the upcoming Citizens' Assembly.
No surprises there, those shifty opportunists. Thank you for your honesty, virtuous student.
Being an opportunist could very well be a facet of wisdom.
Shouldn't you be searching for murals of yourself? I've had enough of your prattling.
I was really curious to see how you would find the middle ground between both factions, so I came to listen in.
Oh,
But
so
it
he's not really
seems
leaning
as
to
though
one
this
side per
kindness
se.
is much more ruthless than Aglaya. If so, why do you want to work with her? Could it be that perhaps you've decided to readily surrender this hollow shell of yours, just because you feel like death is fast approaching?
I'm afraid you'll be sorely disappointed if that's what you truly think. I've had enough of this.
I am
Could the
sorry I didn't
15th
like Nixa,
entry
but I
hour
expect
arrive
more
any
decent
faster?
lane you were. Well, that's good. At least he moved up on the list.
Seek.
I think he's pretty cool.
Oh, my. Could it be that the great tree...
Every plant, every tangle,
Maybe shouldn't have moved forward.
even every
Whoops.
leaf could be the embodiment of Circe's.
As a result, mere mortals who did not know what the Titan actually looked like chose to paint them as a giant tree instead. Their wisdom was portrayed as fruit, to symbolize how they shared their knowledge equally among the masses.
I wouldn't call him cool though.
Such exquisiteness indeed.
I would. I think
This
he's cool.
mural is quite abstract.
I really can't tell whether you are praising or demeaning yourself. Now I'm quite curious whether the Reason Titan has studied figures of speech before.
Of course, I find such stylistic devices interesting. For all we know, this could be the answer to the question, what exactly are we?
I, for one, am not willing to admit that I could look this ugly.
Was this the
Nice.
reason why you failed in your attempt to refine my soul when you were ambushed at the Grove?
Since you are aware of this, Why did you save me back then?
From my perspective, this point alone was enough to separate you from the average person.
How do two lunatics coexist in the same brain?
Therefore, it seems that your journey to Dawnfloud this time is not just to seek protection. What, then, is the intention behind your actions?
The entire plan is stored in my memory, so why don't you look there?
Then don't mind if I do. 1 year old, 2 years old.
Going through him like a book.
Oh my! Even a member of the preeminent Seven Sages must hug his droma stall to sleep? How interesting.
Nice. I mean, they're
That's
pretty cute,
enough.
aren't they?
How unusual. Your soul is actually trembling. This must mean that behind this toy hides a secret that nobody knows, right?
I think it was the toy.
Since our days are both numbered, I don't mind telling you more about it. This is a present that my sister gave to me. It's a doll that was made to look like our family pet.
So there are other members in your family, eh? Are they also living in Akama?
Don't you just love to pick through my brain? Go on, continue flipping through my memories. It won't take long. You'll discover the answer when you reach the memories of when I was 5.
Oh, the black tide is everywhere. I can't bear to look.
When I was young, I couldn't accept this outcome either. Georios, Aquila, Kefali, and you, of course. Although I prayed to every titan that I could think of for help, my efforts were ultimately futile.
Oh, poor guy.
This... Could this be the inception of your research into alchemy?
Indeed it was. Everything started from that verdant courtyard of yours. When I was pursuing my education there, I naturally also came to learn of the Thesis' theory as well.
Oh, I remember that person. He was the one to come up with the concept of souls, right?
Not only that, he also believed that life, as well as the composition, movement, and transformation of matter, all stem from souls themselves. This is why I thought that, since all living things stemmed from the same origin, why could I not sacrifice myself in order to resurrect my nearest and dearest?
I don't think they'd be very
Alexa,
happy about that.
You...
I did it, teacher!
But this is absolute blasphemy. Regardless of how much freedom the Grove provides, such an act could cause you to be burned at the pyre. Your beloved, where is she now? Send her away from the Grove at once, to a place where nobody will ever be able to find her. Otherwise, the both of us will be judged by the Council of the Seven Sages.
Calm
So he did
down,
bring back
teacher.
someone.
My sister, she's still not in the mortal realm, even to this day.
What do you mean?
It was naive of me to think that I could snatch the deceased from Thanatos' grip by merely sacrificing one eye.
Oh. So that's where his eye went.
Exchange. All I received for that price was but an opportunity to see her for one final time. Nothing more.
As one of my best students, I cannot watch you go down the wrong path without doing anything to stop it. Never do something taboo ever again. Don't disappoint the deceased, and never harm yourself. If you can do that, this classroom will still be yours, and you'll have a chance to live out your own life.
I have a lot of story learned up. Oh my
Since I
god.
was able to see her one last time, I have no other desires. You're right, teacher. It's time for me to start a new life.
I am sincerely glad for you, child. Now then, what topic would you like to study?
I wish to continue Thalesis' research.
Continue the research into souls, but you know that the Grove has long since understood his philosophy like the back of their hands. Even if you continue digging into this subject, your efforts will likely be futile.
No, teacher. After my fleeting glimpse of the deathly fog, I finally understood a single truth. Since ancient days, our understanding of the souls is but the tip of the iceberg. I may have lost an eye, but my view of the world has become clearer than ever. I have grasped the truth with my bare hands. Watch as I turn this farcical world upside down.
Who would have thought such a secret lay concealed beneath that hefty eye patch of yours?
These two are
However,
quite the pair, aren't
this
they?
story doesn't seem to be connected to your plan. In fact, I'd say that they aren't related at all.
The answer lies within the tale. If even you cannot understand it, perhaps you should relinquish the divinity of reason to me. After all, it'd be a waste for you to hold on to it. My story
Nice.
ends here. Now it's time for you to tell me your secret.
Sweet burn.
After all, this is what equivalent exchange means, correct?
As expected, you laid a trap for me to step into. Unfortunately, even if I was willing to talk about my past, I may not know more about it than you do.
Oh? Are you saying that the renowned Reason Titan is now admitting a lack of wisdom? Your followers are going to be sorely disappointed by this.
Child of humanity, remember this. Being cognizant of one's ignorance is the greatest wisdom of all.
Now I understand. No wonder you asked me to answer your random, nonsensical questions.
Not only that, you're the only one who can shed light on my query. As the saying goes, onlookers see most clearly.
Is that so?
Lord Anaxa,
Can relate to that a little bit.
I
Makes a
saw
bit of
you
sense.
muttering to yourself and was wondering whether you were caught in a delirium of reflective thought. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but time is of the essence.
I love that
I
little
have a
pause
message
after
from
the
Lord
thoughts.
Lycus. Lady Kindness has met up with the Council of Elders and is awaiting your arrival, so please depart forthwith.
She's like, you are sane, right?
It's finally time.
Carefully. The one who created the world, and the one who bears the world. If you truly have not met your end, how will you answer the challenges of those who defy you?
I didn't expect you to agree to Lady Kindness's invitation. What a wonderful turn of events. To tell you the truth, there are many people who hold grudges against that Lady Goldweaver.
I'm one of them. She almost killed me. And then I found out I'm actually dead. What kind of joke is this?
Avoid his gaze. I don't acquaint myself with blasphemers.
Don't worry. He's too full of pride to pay us any attention.
Your nickname is Dromus as well? You must really like those creatures.
I mean, they're cute. Cute little Dromas.
A student of Empedocles? I hear that his views run counter to the Venerationists.
This is what being a scholar is about. A collision of ideas only occurs when there are differences in beliefs, and it is such collisions that lead to progress.
Yet in...
Lord Lygus and Lady Kindness are just ahead.
Oh, I ran too fast.
I'll take my leave for now.
She looks cool. Simple. I like it. Is there gonna be a loud cutscene? Might turn the volume a little bit. I'm a little worried.
Welcome
worried it's gonna blow
to the
his eardrums out again.
Council, esteemed guests.
Lord Anaxagoras, oh, I've heard so much about you. Head of the Nusporists of the Grove of Epiphany, notorious blasphemer, a Chrysos heir who bears Circe's core flame, a survivor of... Did I miss anything?
Nope.
Well, if
Oops.
so, please be...
Survivor of the Grove Calamity. Okay, that's
so
what she was gonna say.
kind as to enlighten me.
Since Lady Kindness is already well
Not that
acquainted
bad.
with me, I won't waste any effort introducing myself again. But then again, perhaps the customs are different here. Back in my hometown, there is a form of etiquette known as honoring guests. The host will welcome their guest with warm hospitality by treating them to fine wine and a cozy bed. And yet, ever since I arrived, I have not been welcomed with warm courtesy or ceremonial gifts. Instead, I am met with intense scrutiny. Even more absurd, the host has sharpened their blade and instructed their servants to lie in wait in the shadows. Perhaps you intend to cut open my heart, retrieve the core flame, and then hold a grand feast for all of the guests.
Wow. That's pretty
Everyone,
pretty
stand
graphic.
down.
Thank you for understanding. I am but a feeble scholar who is not used to the stench of avarice and blood.
No need to be humble, my lord. From my perspective, your courage and gumption are worthy of the reputation of the Seven Sages. Your bravery is more than adequate to accomplish our perilous endeavor.
So, you wish to start a war?
Well, since the Chrysos heirs are calling for war, we will respond in kind. Conflict is inevitable. Since Aglaya endeavors to suppress the virtuous commoners with blood of gold, we will not hesitate to display the rights and mettle the citizens of Akama are so entitled to. As to your question of whether peace is still a viable option, well, to that I can only say this. Everything hinges on the next citizens' assembly and whether they have a sudden epiphany amid the clamor of the masses. And since you, as a Chrysos heir, accepted our invitation, you have indeed given us a glimmer of hope.
What brazen arrogance. What you're saying right now is worlds apart from what you were saying before you retired your cleaners.
I don't deny it.
Oh, I guess smug face.
After all, a moment ago, you were on the side of the Chrysos heirs. But now that you're an ally of ours, we can continue talking
I think
somewhere
she's getting a
else.
little ahead of herself.
As you know, these walls have ears. I was fortunate enough to have the opportunity to discuss a treatise about the Venerationists with your teacher, Empedocles. Yet, it seems you subscribe to the Nusporists instead, Lord Anaxa. I've heard that this school of thought is one with many detractors.
It's normal for ideas to have supporters and dissenters, just like how there are two types of people in this world: geniuses and dimwits.
Wow, rude.
Welcome back to the hub of the Demigod Council, Lord Anaxagoras. Surely you remember that countless eloquent orators have stood in this spot before and emerged victorious by stoking public sentiment with their words. And yet there have also been innumerable
I'm feeling
blasphemous
cutscene coming on.
philosophers who set themselves up for failure because they refused to defend their actions.
I'm watching this volume button.
Tiny stage is the most profound embodiment of Akama in centuries. In 15 days, this site shall also become the most important, as well as the final turning point in Akama's history. May the both of us carry out our duties with honor and lead the masses back toward the Erechrysia, a golden age with no death, strife, or trickery.
Oh my, 15 days and nights. That aligns perfectly with the date of your demise. Could such a coincidence truly exist?
Seriously, swelling.
Using death to prove myself fits my intentions perfectly.
What strong conviction you have, as expected of the hero who dared to stand up to the Gold Weaver.
Oh, he's a
As
hero now.
expected, she misunderstands you.
That's enough, Lady Kindness. Dispense with the niceties. I only accepted your invitation so that I can serve the commoners alongside the members of the Council of Elders. Don't test my patience with such superfluous formalities.
Well, you say that now.
I find it funny how he's a
Surely
scholar
you also require
with all
my
these
aid as well,
crazy ideas
so
and
that you can stay
research.
alive even when being pursued.
And
by
he
the
has the
golden
voice of
thread.
reason.
You worry too much. She won't show her hand
Literally
too
a voice of
freely,
reason.
as she still needs to garner support from the masses at the Citizens' Assembly.
They're like, hey, let's make a scholar and give him a
Even
voice of
someone
reason.
Like
They're
me
like,
can
what?
tell that only
Yeah,
a
we'll give him the
sliver
reason
of her
time.
humanity remains. Surely you're not asserting
Same,
that she
same.
will definitely act in a rational manner.
Nobody will ever see it.
As
They won't
you're
put it
no
together.
doubt aware, Aglaya covets the core flame that I possess, which makes it the bargaining chip that allows me and the rest of you to negotiate with her. However, in return, I'll need the Council of Elders to support me as much as possible. Naturally, this includes the guards as well. You're well aware how valuable Circe's core flame will be in the Erechrysia that you are desperately pursuing. Talk is cheap, so you'd better act prudently as well.
I understand. After all, this battle of wits is just a means for each party to acquire what they need. As long as your request is reasonable, the Council of Elders never shortchanges its allies. Since we're both intent on mutual cooperation, let's not mince words and just speak plainly to each other. Let us decide how much we can secure for ourselves and how much we're willing to sacrifice, like true philosophers, with our words and wisdom.
Oh. This is gonna be one of those debate things.
Continuing from the earlier topic, let us discuss our common enemy, Aglaya. She is the second most experienced Chrysos heir across the whole of Akama, who has gradually lost her humanity to the ravages of time and the ablation of the core flame. A formidable opponent indeed. Admittedly, there is ample reason for her to take your life. Yet your previous reasoning is quite sound. As a seasoned political animal, it's unclear whether she will actually cross that irreversible boundary. Moreover, she still needs you alive so that the Titan's trial can be completed. Is there anyone present who can swear by the sacred vow of Kefali and guarantee that you weren't in league with that woman before coming here? Are you just trying to pull the wool over our eyes and aid her in her savagery?
I mean, both are right.
If Aglaya required a suitably intelligent Chrysos heir, then I'm the best fit for her needs. However, it's quite evident that she has no need for a Chrysos heir who could break free of her control at any time. Since I believe in neither Titans nor
Narcissist.
prophecy, there's no
Nice.
way that I would willingly walk on the path that she extols. Given how rigorously she enforces her principles, how would she ever accept a heretic such as me?
I understand what you mean. At the very least, the both of us agree that this tyrant who wallows in extravagance and greed is the greatest threat to achieving peace in Akama. The Council of Elders is willing to defend your right to live, just as we defend every oppressed citizen. However, I regret to say that sentiments in favor of the Chrysos heirs and Aglaya are only growing in magnitude. The peace that we are aspiring toward, as well as everything that we hold dear, will be destroyed completely. The city will be burned to ashes, and the citizens' blood will be shed. Tell me, what are you willing to do for our esteemed citizens so that they can vanquish the enemies of our fine city?
What will he do?
Although
I
the
guess top one
circumstances
seems
are
more
rather
natural.
unfortunate from an objective point of view, it is an undeniable fact that ever since the Grove was attacked, I have become the de facto leader of the Grove. The Council of Elders needs more backing if it wishes to topple Aglaya, and it's evident that the Academy wields considerable
Because he doesn't sound like he's someone that would get directly involved.
At
So the
the
bottom
very
option doesn't
least,
seem about
I
right.
have served as the Grove's special envoy
Seems a little
to
off.
Akama for a significant amount of time. Of course, this also means that I will hold a crucial vote at the Citizens' Assembly.
In the name of Kefali, Akama thanks you for your sincerity.
Here?
It's clear that you
I don't
and I
know about that
understand the
one.
benefits to be won from this discussion. Let me put it plainly. The Council of Elders has always been renowned for its fairness, and that fairness is built on a foundation of sincerity. The Council of Elders has vowed to all citizens of Akaba that it will always remain loyal to them. As for you, my lord, how will you guarantee that you will be able to live up to such earnestness and will not betray Akama's indomitable citizens when the opportunity presents itself? Just as you now betray Aglaya when it suits you.
Surely you jest. My loyalty does not need to be proven. The fact that the Council of Elders is asking for proof of my loyalty is itself akin to a form of betrayal.
I am incredibly honored to have witnessed the both of you bury the hatchet in a civilized manner.
Bury the
However,
hatchet.
I am afraid
I don't know about
must
that.
interrupt for a brief moment. As the Theoros, I have observed the following. Lady Aglaya, the Gold Weaver, is currently on her way to Dawncloud.
Lots of yapping. Yeah, no doubt.
Oh. Well, I do believe that we might have a slight overabundance of guests today.
Feeling dissatisfied, Lady Kindness?
I mean,
Despite
a
the
lot of
Council
it
of
isn't
Elders'
bad though.
lofty
It
residence
actually
on
has some depth
Dawncloud,
to it, but
she must still tolerate the whims of the
yeah,
Chrysos
it is a
Sages.
lot.
So you were holding back just now. Seems like you are better at playing this game than I. In any case, I'm glad that she's arriving here. So tell me, Anaxagoras, now that you're an ally of mine, if Aglaya were to demand that I hand you over, what should I do?
You can do as she says. Tell her that the Council of Elders merely wished to chat with me and had no intention of offending her. However, by doing so, the authority of the Council of Elders will be as thin as papyrus that has been soaked in blood. Not only can it be destroyed at the slightest touch, but the Council will also lose possession of a valuable core flame. No, more like 2 core flames. After all, at the next Citizens' Assembly, that young lady who is synonymous with death will also be standing on our side.
Oh?
Oh?
Will
How
is
can
she
you be
now?
sure of that?
Is that of importance to you? All you need to know is that I have a
Oh,
plan.
it's because he has information on
In my
Thanatos.
opinion, you should be more worried about the impending threat.
So if that's the case, I wouldn't
If
be too
Aglaya can
surprised.
seize me in full view of the masses today, she could also dismiss the entire Council of Elders in one fell swoop tomorrow. If that happens, the discussion that we've just had will turn into an utter joke instead. Is this the outcome that you wish to see, Lady Kindness?
Fine. I will handle this matter appropriately. But you do best to remember this. Fool the people and karma will be on your tail. I'll overlook it this time, but don't count on there being a next time. Unless, of course, you crave cruel punishment and consider suffering the perfect state to ponder the true nature of souls.
Well, what do you know? That happens to be one of my rare talents.
We shall see then.
Oh,
I've got to say that you've managed to really impress me again.
lots of yapping.
But shouldn't you be going after more?
Dying to know what I'm after, hmm?
I mean, I'm the reason Titan after all. It is in me to ask and seek answers.
Easy there. You'll learn the answers soon enough. I didn't bring it up with her purely because she doesn't have the means to give me what I truly want. It's as they say, onlookers see most clearly. The true masters of Dawncloud have always been the Theoros, who watches over everything.
Chat with the other guys.
An expected visitor. Welcome once again. You know, you could actually skip all the pointless debate and come straight to me to seek an audience with Kefali. I have no reason to refuse you, do I?
You may not, but Kindness has. Whoever gets hold of Kefali's core flame will get to rule over Akama. She's wary of me, so naturally I had to gain her trust. I would say that debate was not at all pointless.
Very true.
In my
He
view,
sounds so evil.
this individual has gone to great lengths to get close to Kefali. He might very well be plotting something nefarious against the Titan. Are you still willing to let him pass, knowing this?
Yes, very much so. All living creations are always free to visit Kefale's transcendent vessel. This comes with being the World-Bearer.
How convenient it is to be able to hear what they say.
It is truly my honor to speak to a venerated Titan.
Yeah, it's interesting that
person.
he can even talk to her too.
Please, go ahead. Let me join
It's a
you
lot of
both on
power.
this journey.
He can talk to whatever Titan he
A
wants.
bygone myth tells of an occasion where Kefale once answered their followers' questions on the peak of the
Lots of
Holy
following
Mountain.
people. Oh my god.
My followers have since believed that scaling this Titan cliff is one way of being with the god.
Hear that? It's not every day that you get to climb a mountain with Circes. You should sing me a hymn of praise.
Titan hymns are beyond me.
No, I wanted the chest first, damn it.
Take this immense shortcut, and the long pilgrimage stairway will be waiting for you at its end.
I have to admit, I never expected you to not ask me anything. Not even my motive.
Because I know very well what it is you are after. As the saying goes, a gentleman helps others achieve their goals. I have a feeling that your theory will be validated at the end of this journey.
He's quite the character, isn't he?
Kefale will not deprive you of your right to ask your question, especially now that you're on the brink of death. You must be closer to Kefale than anyone else. Wouldn't you agree?
I hope things go as you say, then.
Putting a child of justice into a farcical world is bound to turn it upside down. It is my hope that you bring a much-needed change to this world, which is on the brink of destruction.
Hey, yoink.
Seek, and you will find.
Honestly, this is my first time going up to Dawn Cloud's peak.
What a splendid view.
Pretty cool.
Isn't it about time you recognize the magnificence of us Titans?
Well, I don't see how this place is different from those temples in the city. All they have are magnificent facades. And even though I've come this far, I'm still doubtful about getting useful clues from him.
I must be getting ahead of myself to be expecting to hear something nice from you.
Oh? Haven't you been in my head for some time now? It's high time you get used to how I feel about things. Alright, we're just a short hike away from Kefale. No time to waste here.
So the intellectual debate from earlier was too draining for you, huh? If Amphorius gets a new lease on life, you should focus on strengthening your body and stop shirking social interactions.
Save your concern.
The Titan is in sight. Can you make it?
Why? Are you going to carry me up if I were to fall now? I know how far I can So just hold your tongue and come along.
Fine then. I guess I won't say any more. I'll just wait till your soul dissipates completely to gain control over your body.
Wait. Is that Cersei's? Hey, look at that.
Huh? What should I be looking at?
Am I hallucinating?
Maybe.
Or do we even get to see souls when we're close to dying?
Any chests? No?
Oh? Why didn't you bring your favorite spear with you on this trip, Nias?
Nias. I know I've heard this name somewhere.
It's unfortunate. The Black Tide destroyed every last inch of my calyx.
How could that be? Even a creation of Georios, from their prized ores and molten fire, couldn't escape the fate of destruction?
So there was a point where the Titans were
Cersei's.
actually fighting against the Black
Do
Tide?
you know a certain Nias?
Nias? No, not that I remember. How did you even think up such a strange name?
I just saw him. Nias. A warrior-like figure who was just chatting with you here.
No, I have no such memory. Could you be hallucinating?
Is a departed spirit?
I do like this place, so it's really cool. Oh,
Enough about
I
me.
went too fast. Whoops.
Did Kaos ever reply to you?
Well, regrettably.
Seems like the price of becoming a demigod is a lot heftier than we thought.
Oh, so they were mortals at some point.
Demigod. I've never heard of this person. Which Titan's authority did he inherit?
Look on the
Interesting.
bright side, Nias. Since we've come all this way, I doubt he'd snub his old friends, would he?
Let's just hope we mean as much as the world to him.
Hey! Are you seeing that same hallucination again?
Yes. It's still you and Nias, but you're now talking about a certain Kaos. I'm guessing he's one of your companions?
Kaos. This name sounds just as strange to me.
Never mind. I think I know what this is about. If things are as I thought, then they aren't hallucinations, but the souls of people.
People that have already passed.
But if those are the souls of the dead, then what am I?
Beats me. For all I know, you're just an illusion I conjured up in my dying moments. Let's just keep going. As long as I take in more sights and hear more stories.
Max is such a savage.
Know your limits. Wander too far among the dead, and even I might not be able to save you.
I'm fine. If this...
Never kneel the false gods. Makes sense. Oh, it's puzzle. Come back for that later. Oh shit, too fast.
Can you keep going?
Of course. I'm just... If I knew we had to climb a mountain, I wouldn't have come along with you.
I guess this also counts as one aspect of the world-bearing burden. If Amphorius does have a next life, you may want to get your body in shape.
Keep your sarcasm
Words of
to
wisdom
yourself.
from a friend.
I'm not getting anything of value.
Same thing
from
she's
that.
told him.
I would sooner throw myself off this cliff and hit rock bottom than exercise even a little. I am Calypso of the eminent Seven Sages, after all. Training would make me no different from those Helcalithist barbarians.
Calypso. She's one of the Seven Sages. A member of the Grove? No.
So I guess she wasn't really
can't
lying that
be.
one time.
I would know her name if she really were one of the Seven Sages.
Because that's what she said when we met her, right?
Hey, Circes. Does the name Calypso ring a bell? Circes?
Oh.
Daggone.
Also, I just noticed
Doesn't
I walked
matter.
past the chest.
I can do this myself. Looks like I'm nearly there now. The land of the dead.
How are you supposed to die in 15 days? What are you doing going dying now? Hmm?
Oh, beautiful old world. Where are you now? Oh, legendary era Chrysia, return to the mortal realm. Splendid gods once walked the paths we walk. Alas, all that's left of that warmth is a hazy mirage.
Why are you chanting that too? We're here, finally. So, I don't get to ask the Titan my question, but all of you make for a pleasant surprise, nonetheless. Very well then. Let me uncover the truth for myself.
What is he going to do?
Did I
God, I'm watching the audio.
still fail to make it in
Making sure I
time?
put it low enough so it's not too loud.
So, I'm back here again. This is... I can hear it. I hear it from the depths of the tides, behind the closed doors of the Void World. A voice ready to
Not
tell
for
me
the
something.
cutscene. If there is a cutscene.
This time, the voice is a lot clearer than before.
Cutscene has max bass volume. And we're 8 at that. 8 out of 10 right now. So it'll be a bit
Since we've come
louder.
this far, let's just wait.
Lord Nias and Miss Calypso, are you both here to visit Chaos too?
Yes, and we've been waiting for quite some time now.
Regrettably, he hasn't answered us. The worst-case scenario is that he's already been overwhelmed and crushed by the world-bearing burden.
You're overthinking, Lord Nias. I can still sense Chaos' soul in the area. And besides, we both know Chaos' nature. A deliverer like him wouldn't fall so readily. much less give up on all that he holds dear. Isn't that so?
Yes. I have faith in him.
That reminds me. Why are you making this trip alone, Polixia?
Oh, my sister needs more time to make sure the flowers are fine.
Such a pity. Both of you have hearts kinder than anyone else. Yet you are born only to take over Thanatos' divinity.
Everything that I see and hear this time has left me shaken to the core. What may seem like a mundane conversation is in truth a once-in-a-lifetime exchange that has revealed the ultimate answer to Cersei's question. The conjecture has taken shape and must now be solidified into a theorem. Next, I only need to seek verification from Kefali. By doing so, I can answer Cersei's question and reclaim my body. But no, I will not do that. That isn't important. Because another one of my conjectures, one that I have always dreamed of proving, has been proved right this very instant. Fusing a mortal soul with that of a Titan to replace said Titan is not a ludicrous idea after all.
Uh-oh. Nax is starting his villain arc.
What are you thinking about?
Oh no, not Silent Hall.
Is that so? You don't look the slightest bit amazed, though. Plus, you seem to be strangely familiar with the city around the Great Tree. Events of the past, huh? I was also a child when I looked up at Cersei's. Their leaves and branches reflected the sparkling stars, and their trunk was like a pillar that supported the sky and ground. I stood at this very spot back then, imagining the day when I could climb to the top of this tree, because I would be the closest I can be to the sky at that spot. Don't read too much into it. I mean, can mortals even hope to reach Aquila's realm? They're a strict and draconian god, nothing like Cersei's. Reason is willing to share what is theirs with others, but Sky only expects people to revere them. You get what I'm saying, right, Denny? After all, the Titan that imprisoned you and Grey here in Amphorius is none other than Aquila themselves. But there will always be people who dream of soaring towards the sky. The Grove has a wealth of research on Aquila, and that is exactly what we are here for. It's just, I never thought Grey would meet with something like that before we set off. As a physician, I should have been there by his side.
By his side. My character is a female. You have mixed up the dialogue. Oh shit, that's what that one.
Yeah, there's no rest for the weary.
Just barely read it all.
In any case, what we're looking for could be anywhere in this enormous grove. Let's split up to cover more ground. Danny, with your skills, I'm sure those monsters born of the Black Tide will pose no threat to you anyway. Have you forgotten that you're talking to the chief physician of the Twilight Courtyard? Have more faith in me. I'll be just fine.
The silence in here is near deafening. The silence is you, Dunho. $200, oh boy. Also, God, this quest is long. Jesus. Oh boy, scroll leveling. Oh. Whoops.
Really now? This is way more trouble than I could have asked for. Or you could sit back and watch. I'm kidding, Danny. Lend me a hand, pretty please.
Like, I'll be fine. Hits you immediately with sarcasm. It's not fine. What part of this looks fine? It's like, but you said it would be fine.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
The black tide is remarkably quick to detect the light of Amphorius. So or rather, the blessings of the Sky Priest in me, might have unknowingly called them to me. Anyway, never mind that for now.
Oops.
Here, you might want to have a look at this. I found it around here and thought it might be of interest to you.
Oh, another scroll. When we stand normally, the sky is above. When we stand on our heads, it's below our feet. Yep. Facts. Sort of. Nice.
This is new. I didn't know Professor Anaxa was researching the sky. He's never mentioned anything about it. Might is an understatement. Anaxa has never been one to venerate the gods, nor has he ever found it within himself to put any faith in the prophecy. People have come to think of him as a heretic, even in a place as liberal as the Grove. Yet, it is also this very blasphemer that Circe's favors. Fate sure works in mysterious ways. Oh, let me have a look. By the looks of them, these scrolls are records of two conversations that took place in the same setting, one after the other. Sure, go ahead.
I don't have any more questions. No, thank you. There's enough yapping as it is.
One step closer to the truth.
We don't need to
Perhaps
seek
to
more
him,
yapping.
The crash of the sky ship carries a different interpretation. The firmament is not impenetrable. On the contrary, it was precisely because the sky ship represented the first step toward breaking free from the shackles of the earth that it provoked the wrath of the Sky Titan and brought divine punishment upon itself. It's a shame that the majority of the Grove's research on Aquila was headed by the Venerationists, with sacrificial rituals making up a predominant part of their findings. Discourse
Look at all the dialogue.
Esoteric subject matters in relation to Aquila dwindled even further after the skyship incident. So much so that even the scroll is completely new to me.
Secret experiments? Oh, no one actually, you're busted.
What are these experiments he's involved in? Even I, the assistant lecturer, know next to nothing about them. I have a bad feeling about this. Could there be more to what happened at the Grove?
Did he summon the black tie? Is he truly evil? Find out next time on Yapping Simulator.
This is the Library of Philia, a place where the Grove stores its collection of tomes. Other than books written by the 7 schools, you can also find philosophical texts, ballads, and religious writings from the Outlands here. Cities that desire to learn from the Grove were apparently expected to contribute knowledge of equal value to what they sought. We've had more than our fair share.
They really have a lot going on in this story.
For instance, it's said that the Erythrocheramists once borrowed a manuscript from a certain author, but ended up returning a copy instead of the original.
I think the Hayes in this chapter must have got paid a lot of money.
The manuscript was supposedly then hidden here. Nice? No need to hold yourself back, Danny. You can just tell it like it is. Their behavior was no different from bandits. Whew. You've got me there. Some said you couldn't even find a dictionary in Castrum Kremnos, so I guess they were spared. There are too many books in the Library of Philia. Flipping through them all will take too long. Why don't we use the Biblioslate to search for the texts we need? We can bring them back to Akama for reading after that.
It's interesting that Don Hun actually has a part in the story now. Before he didn't really do anything. At least Memphorius. Would be nice if we had his VA though.
It's so dusty in here. Whoa. Are these all complaints about him?
Complaints about Naxa.
I can already see what they must have written. Naxa has no respect for the gods. His very existence undermines order in our society. They're probably all things like that. Why else would they call him the Great Performer? When Anaxer established his school of thought, the first thing he apparently did was read his own work to everyone. Are the Titans truly an accurate reflection of what humans think gods should be? Worlds created by gods are indubitably perfect, but what of Amphorius? Only foolishness and insensitivity.
I mean, they did make a good job for that character. Or they did do a good job for that character. Because they did a good portrayal of the philosopher.
So what he took on in the end was more of a debate than an actual
Philosopher,
trial.
scholar.
He had to address every one of the scholar's allegations, or face expulsion from the grove.
I think he's a good character.
The first allegation was... Do you agree that since the Titans created the heavens and earth, so the mountains, rivers, and seas must likewise be their creations? Anaxa would have probably been spared a lot of trouble if he had answered this way. Instead, he quoted past instances of the flame-chased journey and posited that humans have the potential to take over the divinity of Titans. Needless to
So this whole chapter is kind of something he already knew. He was just looking for verification.
He followed up with a second allegation. You claim to
He wants to prove it,
yet you are,
but he can't.
Fact, defiling them and committing acts condemned
But he knows it to be true.
Do you admit it?
Which is strange, because it didn't sound like he knew it to be true. It sounded like he was still kind of theorizing.
Some say he used one of his eyes as an alchemical ingredient. Every being in the world owes their safekeeping to Kifili, and this is even more so for the Chrysos heirs who have divine blood coursing through them. If he has really done something of that nature, then it'd indeed be sacrilegious. Thankfully, they had no way to prove it, so it amounted to nothing more than an allegation in the end. One by one, Anaxa engaged in wars of words against those who would challenge him. Toward the end, a scholar asked him, Anaxagoras, have you any respect for the gods? It was only after a brief silence that he answered, I have never denied that Titans are meant to be noble constructs. Yes, I'm not sure how that controversy was eventually resolved, but what's for certain at least is that Anaxa was allowed to stay in the grove where he continued his research, despite being regarded as a heretic. By the way, this stack of complaint letters has reminded me of a place in the grove. We may find clues there that aren't on the teleslate. I'm talking about Anaxa's alchemy lab, hidden between the cornerstones. It's a well-kept secret. Among the 7 sages, excluding the nominal chief sage, each has a private sanctuary where they can conduct research undisturbed in their free time. Even the administrators of the Library of Philia are restricted from accessing those places and documenting the sage's research. But with the grove in this state, I'm sure
I'm sure Anaxa won't mind.
we sneak into the lab
As long as you don't tell him, maybe.
Right?
I'm sure he will mind when he finds out. It's right here. What the hell? Jay? Change of plans. Wait, can I not do on the hole? Oh, now it's working. Never mind. Weird. I thought I was screwed for a second there.
place, but where is everything?
This doesn't really look like a secret research lab to me.
Experiments, matrix diagrams, and even the seal to the lab. They're all gone. Did the black tide destroy it all? No, not even close. Not only are alchemy experiments high-risk activities, but Professor Anaxa also has a penchant for using bizarre materials. Students often saw him walk in looking bright as rain, but come out covered in soot with his hair singed. Naturally, no one dared to come near this place. Huh? That bookshelf over there seems to be the only thing still intact.
And now there's a statue intact. That I could break. Oh my god, another one.
What's going on?
Interesting.
Anaxa is conducting research on our friends in Alchema and me?
More into Titans, but yes, you.
Danny, look at this. I have a bad feeling about this.
But an X is just getting worse and worse.
My biggest fear.
Dum dum
It's
dum.
come true. After going through his notes, I think I can piece it all together now.
You can?
Anaxa was carrying out experiments on soul transmutation. Yes, this is what he was secretly conducting research on. Something he had to keep hidden from others. Compared to his public speeches, this is the real blasphemy. Oh, I just thought of something.
Imagine when you have to act like an asshole to hide being an actual asshole.
The Guild had planned to send Cersei's core flame to a safe place.
Nice.
But an accident happened along the way, and Anaxa lost his life in the process.
You're a heretic. No, you don't even know. I'll show you true heresy.
That's right. But what if Professor Anaxa's fusion with the core flame of reason wasn't an accident? Put yourself in his shoes. Knowing that the black tide was closing in and your time was running out, what would you have done? Exactly. When the black tide came, the true reason Anaxa headed to the Luminary Throne was to transmute and fuse himself with the Titan's core flame. No. Judging from how he reacted after the event, the results came as a surprise. Maybe he failed to consider the possibility that Circes would make a similar decision. The manuscripts detailing all the alchemical formulae have been taken away. His research is still ongoing. Like, what? There's only one Titan left in the world now.
Is there?
No.
I thought the world-bearing Titan in Aquila. And Thanatos. Are they not all Titans?
He's after Kefali.
Sir, this sky above us, it's not real, is it?
Of course not. This is just an image from a projection device used for educational purposes. A simple trick. The day-night cycle has been lost to this world. So that students like you may still learn about the night sky, astronomers have harnessed the Titan's miraculous power to manipulate the light, projecting the nights of the past here for you. Much like how the sky above the holy city is also illuminated by Kefali's dawn device.
So, the skies of Akama are fake too.
You mustn't conclude that, Inoxa. You should know that only a child would expose a trick and be proud of it. Often people know more than they let on. They simply choose to feign ignorance because they have no other choice.
Then they're just deluding themselves. People believe in Kefali's tale of Genesis, accepting wholesale whatever the priests preach. But we're different. We've already walked out of the firelit cave of ignorance. We have already realized that we live in a world where Titans make the rules. Even when we look at the sky, we're only seeing what they allow us to see. Rather than gazing at this mockery of a night sky fabricated by them for the rest of my life, why shouldn't I be the one to take control of the projection device instead?
So much time has passed since you sowed the seeds of doubt in my heart, child. Many a night, I find myself penning down all my theories and wild ideas, only to burn them to ashes when I open my eyes in the day.
Why? Because we'll face death by burning if word gets out?
As a sage,
I mean, it's probably not the best way to kill.
My soul has already become inextricably linked to the great tree. Every word I say and every move I make is certain to influence every leaf, every branch, even the tree itself. But above all else, my days are numbered. Instinctively, I have my doubts about the golden blood and the human soul, yet I have no means of verifying them. The golden blood in my veins is woefully thin, and I am loath to waste what little time I have left obsessing over a hypothesis that cannot even be proven in the first place.
But I can, sir. I can do it for us. The time is right. Give me all that I need, and I shall accomplish this grand feat on your behalf.
You're right. I shall do
Oh?
just that. In the next meeting of the sages, I will
And you actually
spare
did
no
it, huh?
efforts fighting for the rights you deserve. Go. Establish your own school of thought. Find out what we are. Become the one who conquers the ultimate truths of the world.
I mean, it's a lot of yapping, but still a cool story.
You didn't go to such lengths for an audience with Kefali. Just ask him a few questions, did you?
So, you figured it out. If I were as foolish as a Dromus, perhaps I'd throw myself down and prostrate before their greatness, begging for the gods' prophetic wisdom. Well, sorry to disappoint, but I'm no Dromus. Alas, I am a human.
That's an insult to the poor Dromuses.
2 feet.
He should be
Possessing
sorry
both intellect
and apologize.
and pride.
Before such
Mean.
power, does it make any difference whether you're a human or a Dromus?
I'm sure you're familiar with the story of the Styxians. When the raging waves threatened to swallow them, they didn't just give up and become sitting ducks. No. They constructed a dam that kept the roaring tide at bay, chaining down the mad Fagusa. They call me a blasphemer, Xerxes. But that doesn't mean I deny the existence of gods. It's just, as I see it, Titans are simply a force that mankind has yet to find a way to tame.
Oh? If power that rivals the Titans is what you crave, why not conform to the prophecy and brave the trial?
Why stop at harnessing the power of the Titans when I can do so much more? The source of life is what I wish to grasp, to understand what makes up the soul, and to learn what we really are. Thanks to you, I've had the chance to personally verify, in more ways than one, that the soul indeed ceases to exist in death. But where there is death, there is life. And where there is an end, there must also be a beginning. How then is a soul born? That was the only unknown variable left in my calculations.
And by the sound of it, you have already formed a conjecture.
No, I have already drawn a conclusion. In my journey unto death just now, I finally saw the answer with my own eyes.
Professor Anaxa,
No, busted.
I'm here. Her life hangs by a thread. I must ask you to refrain from taking any unnecessary steps.
Of course. I'll bring this to a conclusive end, and give you the answer you so desire. However, in accordance with the principle of equivalent exchange, I must also demand from you.
Yo, what's he gonna do?
As you wish.
Don't you care to know what the price might be?
It's a matter of uncovering the truth about the Death Titan and her survival.
Yeah, I knew that would be why she would do it. But still.
This may be the only time I can ever save someone's life. There is no need for me to think twice.
I see. In that case, let the show begin.
Alright, let's see how loud it is.
Indulge me.
I'm expecting a cutscene.
Correct to say that you intend to prove Thanatos' whereabouts and prove the nature of our existence now?
Before I begin, I must confess I had been stuck in a cognitive trap all this time. As unrelated as these two propositions may seem at first glance, they are in fact logical equivalents. They are merely two different ways of telling us about what the soul is at its core. The reason I say this is as I've mentioned earlier. The answer was hidden in my journey unto death.
Anaxa, you were in the Netherrealm?
Yes, I am but a living dead man now. But that's not important. What truly matters is, I overheard a conversation between heroes. That's not all. Remember how I said you were a part of that conversation too, Circes?
And I've told you that I have no recollection of such an event. That was likely just an illusion conjured up by the mind of a dying man.
Of course you would remember. Because that wasn't you. That was Calypso, one of the 7 sages of the Grove.
Calypso? Huh? Oh, that's the name I made up on a whim when speaking to this girl.
But you already mentioned it to
know of it?
an Axar and Maxis, and you guys said that you had no recollection of it. What do you mean?
You jest. Don't you think
Come on.
of all people, would know if that were the name of one of the 7 sages under the shade of my tree? Don't you claim to know the Grove's past like the back of your hand?
It seems you've lost even the memories seared into your soul. Use your head, Circes. Since all of this took place in the realm of the dead, it stands to reason their likenesses are of souls from the past. The living cannot step foot into that world, so who could they be? Think about Calypso. Why does she share your likeness, yet you have no idea who she is? The answer is evident, is it not? Those fallen heroes are the mortal incarnations of the Titans before their ascensions to godhood. The gods aren't master creators born out of thin air, and they are no different from humans, because they all evolved from one.
That was a lot of dialogue just to do that. We can't already knew that. After he was
Does
locked up the
this
steps.
answer disappoint you?
Yes, because you've answered nothing. If I truly was once human, as you claim, then where do the children of humanity come from?
Even on the off chance that you speak the truth, this brings us no closer to grasping Thanatos' whereabouts. How are we to find them?
I knew you would say that. But it matters not. I know what I'm doing. Actually, why don't we have this supreme being standing before us tell us everything?
You can revive a Titan?
Humans cannot return from the dead. Neither can gods. But all we need to do is look at this from a different perspective, and the problem will resolve itself. The solution is simple. Just like what you did to me. If I'm reborn as Kefali, I can rebuild the world and all within it as they once did. Simple.
Assuming you don't die. Assuming you retain your reason. Assuming a lot of things.
I have news from Hyacinth and Diana.
They go to another friggin' dialogue.
Alexa might be trying to do something with Kefali's divine body.
Oh boy.
Kefali? But what could Anaxa want? Is the Council of Elders going to sit around and let such a sacrilegious act unfold?
That is not possible. He is indeed the great performer, capable of fooling anyone and everyone with his tricks.
I'm sorry.
No need for guilt, for this is good news to us. The Council of Elders has found themselves a traitorous ally. Anaxa's ambitious desires will be something we can exploit. What we should be doing now is to keep our eyes peeled for whichever trickery Kindness is up to, and react accordingly to thwart her plans. Being Akima's political center, The Demigod Council holds just as much significance as the Vortex of Genesis. Someday, after my duty is over, this site will take the place of the battlefield where you hunt gods. Become the next challenge you ought to overcome. Till then, it's best to get used to this place as soon as possible.
Waiting for good news. Come find us anytime you need something. Top one, sure.
Preposterous! The Christos heirs only have their standing because of the Council of Elders. How dare...
Yes, yes.
It's been a while.
Oh, like a vampire is? Nice.
What is that supposed to mean? Is this really the sort of person that the young lord praised as a ferocious warrior?
It has indeed been some time, Lord Crateros. What brings you here in such haste?
Shh, keep it down. Be more vigilant. See those duplicitous dogs over there? They do the dirty work for Kindness. I've already ordered my people to hold them back, but we should still lay low. Unless you're itching for a bloody fight to get a workout in.
My bad. So, did something happen?
Did you hear thunderclaps last night?
No. For it's girl, someone's coming to save us. Yeah, I have to.
Packer, what?
She's been through a lot lately. Please pardon her. Can you tell us more about these thunderclaps?
Thunderclaps are beacon signals of strife. They are a message from the young lord. He threw a spear bearing several words at Akama.
Watch out. The Flame Reaver is back.
I knew he would be.
I guessed as much. We didn't actually kill them back at the Kremnos Arena.
I figured this is something you would want to know. We Kremnoans never back down from a fight. So if you plan to take that thing down in a battle, reach out to me anytime.
You have my gratitude. I will let Aglaya know about this right away.
Remind her to be on her toes
Well,
while
he was a legend. He did try to save
has been unusually active
Tran.
lately.
He failed. But he did try.
She keeps undercover have been going in and out of the city a lot more frequently these days. Some even seem to be getting Kremnoans to defect to the council.
That's her.
Looks like you can see it for yourself.
We should get back. Thank you for the intel, Lord Crateros.
I carefully into lantern above, as the Theoros I have observed.
Aglaya,
Oh, maybe I should have waited. Whoops.
what happened here?
I know about the poisonous fangs of that king snake through the golden threads. In the past, I would be confident about keeping her in check, but I admit I am now unable to do so.
How?
What do you mean?
It is no longer about eloquence or arguments. I have been a demigod for far too long that I hardly have any humanity left. Before I realized it, I have become no different.
Very
from
yapping heavy
these
story, but very cool. It is very cool.
No longer capable of
But yeah, it
relating to
is.
the people. This has come
It's
a lot sooner than I expected.
one too many side quests too long here.
Perhaps it is time. I
Just
need
to build
you
up
to
for
step
something
up,
you've kind of
family,
already
in order
know
for
from a
me to
while
retreat
ago.
behind the scenes.
Something that's already been
Yes,
explained,
this is my duty, but
but they're still building up to it again.
It is far easier
It's like,
for
but
the
it's already been
Council of
explained.
Elders to fool many than just
Why
fool
are we
one
still going?
person. Their so-called more support is no more than a ruse to distribute power using words instead of
Oh, we
lances.
complained this is a lot.
There is no
Still a good
glory in
story.
winning this debate. But that makes having respect for humans so much more priceless. Finan.
Yeah, I ain't having siren gaze. That kind of makes it a little disappointing, but that's okay.
Capable of relating deeply with
It's not too bad.
I appreciate what you've taught me, Aglaya. I hope we'll live up to your expectations and win this debate.
Oh shit, now we're gonna have to do a debate. I'm not good at these.
Oh, you've done well, Lord Calictus. Let me take over and personally close this debate for today. Dearest counselors, let it be known that I sorely miss the blissful times portrayed in lyrical poems. Back then, Amphorius was home to nearly 1,000 cities, each with their own local
I like
faith,
this scene. This scene's pretty cool.
gods walked the earth and shared close bonds with humans. Yet,
actually shows more about the world
present, people from all
than just the
over
cities.
are forced to leave their homeland to seek refuge in the holy city, where they hope to rest under Kefali's protection. All of us have long been in the same boat with no way out of this plight. We didn't have a choice in the past, but now the Council of Elders brings to the table a new possibility. All I have left is one question for you. Would you rather strive toward the unheard of Era Nova, or return to the prosperous Era Chrysia of our past? Make your choice. Now, which of the two would lead mortals to an ideal future?
What am I supposed to pick here?
We all know that Era Chrysia is a thing of the past, Lady Kindness. Please, enlighten me. How does the Council of Elders plan to turn back time?
Let the 3 Titans of Calamity be born, and Era Chrysia is nevermore. But bring demise to those Titans, and Era Chrysia will descend upon us again.
Well, a person you trust to bring the demise of the Titans is
the Council of Elders
trying
is
to become
never
one.
one to make empty promises. Look at who we have on our side. Anaxagoras, one of the Grove's 7 sages, and Castorus, Idonia's goddess of death. With the help of these 2 heroes, I can promise all of you that Era Chrysia will exist once more.
Aren't they Chrysos heirs? They're supporting the Council of Elders instead?
It's clear from the start that these heroes do not get along well in their group. All the more proof that Aglaya isn't fit to speak on behalf of every Chrysos heir. I am in favor of Era Chrysia.
Era Chrysia! Era Chrysia! Castorus? Why are you standing over there?
You finally
Dun,
arrived,
dun.
Naxa. So have you, Cass.
Don't worry, Aglaya. Well, I know that you have many queries. Could you continue to converse like how the citizens normally do? Tell me, dear citizens, if we successfully retrieve and return Thanatos' core flame without anyone passing the Death Titan's trial, what would happen next?
The answer is simple. We will have a chance to rid the world of death and bring Amphorius back to an era when all beings live forever. We'll usher in a new future that will be entirely different from the flame chase journey.
He's one of the seven sages.
Your proposal is much too idealistic. As long as the Black Tide still exists, how can we go back to the old days?
Remember what I previously said? Kefali's core flame is guarded by the secret power of the Council of Elders. Plus, Fagusa's water curtain will be able to block out any external perceptions. Tell me, dear citizens, have any of you ever seen even a glimpse of the threat that this person is talking about anywhere within the walls of this
Well, it means they did a good
majestic
job,
holy
didn't
city?
it?
If we eliminate death, then there's no need for us to fear that flame reaver, right? Citizens, let's loudly sing the blessed
But what
hymn.
if he is
Oh,
deaf?
beautiful old world, where
Then
are
what are
you
you supposed to
now?
do?
Oh, legendary Erechrysia, return to the mortal realm.
After the destruction of the three Titans of Calamity, the Flame Chase journey will have to end.
This is bad. The masses are now totally riled up.
Anaxa, pray tell. Everything that you've mentioned hinges on the premise that we can find Thanatos' existence, right?
Thank you, Lady Aglaya, for still caring about this city. However, dear citizens, we are truly fortunate and blessed. For Castorus, Idonia's goddess of death, will surely find Thanatos under my guidance.
What?
Alright.
With that,
Sure.
I solemnly promise that the core flame Lady Castorus brings back will be personally managed by the Council of Elders. Thereafter, if we are able to garner the support of all of you at the Citizens' Assembly, we shall spare no effort in ensuring that the Erechrysia will return to our world once again.
With the balance shattered, the result is clear. By Kefali and Talent above, as the Theoros I have observed, Akama has chosen her destiny. The issue up for discussion at this Citizens' Assembly shall be modified to the suspension of the Flame Chase journey. This resolution shall be put up on the Wall of Heroes, such that all citizens are aware of the city's way forward.
Aglaya, dear Aglaya, what has caused your heart to soften? You also don't seem to be as quick-witted as before.
Wag your tongue as much as you like. Since the Flame Chase journey has been preordained by the prophecy, our failure has never been on the cards.
I mean, that's some...
Well then, I guess we'll find out if
an
that's
idea,
true
I guess.
at the Citizens' Assembly.
As far as I know, Amphoris is stuck in a time loop. So they've lost several times.
Well, it seems that when I sent you to look for Anaxa, I unintentionally facilitated your partnership with him instead.
My apologies, everyone. I know that you have many questions to ask me. I will answer them to the best of my knowledge.
In that case, please tell us as much as you can.
In actuality, he showed me a past that was both long and heavy.
The reason I say this is as I've mentioned earlier. The answer was hidden in my journey unto death.
Anaxa, you were in the Netherrealm?
Yes, I am but a living dead man now.
Yes, we've heard this.
Have you heard of this tale before? A tale about the ocean god's treasured pearl, was a seaside town which enjoyed the ocean breeze and glorious, peaceful times, thanks to the wisdom of its ruling queen.
And then it got altered by Castris.
Until one
And
day,
it was no more.
an evil dragon descended upon the town. Its wings were large enough to blot out the sun, while its claws were sharp enough to rip the waves apart. It barged into the tall tower and devoured the queen's beloved daughter. It even settled itself in her bedroom, like a tyrant king. The queen assembled 300 warriors who managed to subdue the evil dragon by chaining it up. However, when the queen slit open the dragon's belly, she realized that the princess had long since been digested, and all that was left of her was a pile of bones. Devastated, the queen wept for several days.
Sad story.
It was then that a devious, smooth-talking scholar arrived at the palace and suggested that the princess could be revived through the use of dragon bone and dragon blood. That liar called this process the secret art of alchemy. The princess was reborn! The queen was overjoyed, blissfully unaware that the evil dragon's soul still lurked within the princess's body. As revenge, the evil dragon swallowed the poor queen, the glib liar, the courageous warriors, and all of the town's innocent civilians in a single gulp. Worse still, the souls of the deceased were refused entry to the Netherrealm because they were filled with regret. Forced to roam the mortal realm, these resentful souls ultimately converged into a river of souls that would not retreat for a long time. The terrifying death had consumed all. Thereafter, our hometown fell into ruin as well. Until...
Until?
Actually, I don't know what happened next either.
Oh. Good story.
Oh, my. It seems that you still like to whet people's appetites even after all this time, Pelixia. So, according to your story, this is how I used to look? It's practically a mirror image. And yet, what exactly is this?
A miracle that I created with alchemy. As for what it is and how I was able to accomplish it, I'll keep the answers to myself for now.
Chrysio.
Oh, my goodness. Is this cliffhanger really necessary?
When Cersei is speaking on behalf of every HSR player.
Quiet, Titan. Continue to enjoy this splendid play, and the truth will naturally reveal itself.
Nah.
Dragon, huh?
I don't want to.
I've heard this legend before.
In that case, what do you think of it?
I think that this so-called alchemy was a tenuous analogy added to the story by future generations. After all, you've never heard of a tradition of alchemy in your hometown before, have you?
Indeed. Before I left home to pursue my education, I never even knew that anybody was looking into this area of study.
Therefore, we can just treat this tale as a fable told to young children.
A fable, you say? If so, what moral is it trying to impart to the kids?
I guess it might be the concept of equivalent exchange?
Oh? I thought the moral might be closer to something like honor the dead.
Huh.
What? At a loss for words?
No, I merely realized that we're both thinking of the same principle. If life is priceless, then there is hardly anything else in this world that is of equal weight to it, right?
Indeed. As expected of the wisest scholar in the land.
So the last generation had a nice scholar.
me.
Our
Why
generation
don't
has.
I ask you a question as
And
well,
I asked Soul Scholar.
as a form of equivalent exchange?
Makes sense.
Of course. What is your question?
If I imparted my knowledge of the art of alchemy to you, would you use it to resurrect someone you loved?
What?
Uh-oh.
What kind of strange question is this? I got it. You're just trying to get me to tell you whether I like anyone, right?
Let's just leave it at that. That was rude of me.
Yes, I would.
Oh?
Death is inevitable. In the days to come, I'm certain that someone whom I cherish deeply will leave me for good. If such a mighty power really existed, I think I would use it without hesitation. After all, you, me, and the rest will all have to face that fateful moment eventually.
Not a surprising answer. Makes sense.
My time is finally here. However, perhaps because of my firm belief in the immeasurable value of life, I am unable to complete the trial.
Oh?
You shall wither, and through that, the dead will sprout again from the remains, and be reborn with the dead flame. It is a pity that fate is such.
Is this how Castrus was born?
Is there no other way of interpreting those words?
I'm afraid that the meaning is clear. Between my sister and me, one must pay the price. Our trial can only be completed when the one chosen sacrifices her life. I'm afraid that the prophecy might even have selected a pair of twins for this exact purpose.
Fortune makes fools of us all.
My sister is prepared to sacrifice herself. And yet, I can't do the same. How absurd. My time is almost up, but I'm still afraid to welcome death. What should we do? If I'm ultimately not able to make up my mind...
Since Chaos is willing to guide all of us and leave this trial to the end, there is still plenty of time for you to ponder.
That's
Quite
right.
the story.
Don't allow the fog of an uncertain future to cloud your mind.
Trial, prophecy, the topics that they're discussing seem familiar. But these three people must not have left their names in the epics. Otherwise, I would have some recollection of this.
Amphorius's history before the Titans were born was complete chaos. Is that not strange by itself? I have long held three hypotheses about this. However, let's continue watching for now.
Calypso. Polixia. And this warrior. I seem to have met him somewhere before.
Well, you already know who Nias is.
Regarding this matter, Nias, are you confident that you'll complete your trial?
Of course. Though, I am worried about what will happen once I've emerged victorious.
Looks like you have made up your mind.
Yes, this is the safest course of action.
Completely separating courage, honor, tenacity, sacrifice, and reason. You really know how to make things difficult.
Please, young lady, witness my fall and demise. Lady Calypso, you shall host the soul-rending ceremony.
I do not understand. Why would you dare to sacrifice yourself for a future that you won't get to witness?
Because this is our destiny. The power that resides within me is so intense that I will one day be engulfed by it. Furthermore, a valorous death before glorious return has always been the path I chose to walk.
He sounds like
A journey
Bane.
I began long ago. If your sister or Kaos were in my position, I believe they would make the same choice as well.
I'm not that brave. I don't know how I'm supposed to face such a serious affair.
Despite being Death's chosen one, it seems you still don't know how to face it. Let's chat, young lady. Perhaps I shouldn't end my journey so hastily. Since there's still time, I'm not worried about letting fate wait a little longer.
Of course. This warrior is Lord Nias. As the embodiment of Nikador's divinity, he entrusted his life to us and allowed humankind to end his madness. That means that what I'm currently seeing before my eyes is, in fact...
Looks like one hypothesis of mine has already been proven true. These heroes are the true forms of the Titans, before they attain their divinity. If so, the chosen one of death that he speaks of is actually...
Polixia? Is the previous form of Thanatos? But her appearance...
If this is true, as long as we can find out where she went, we'll naturally be able to figure out the location of the Death Titan.
But before that, we first need to witness what ultimately happened to Lord Nias.
Lots of story. Oh my.
Honor, courage, tenacity, sacrifice.
It's definitely a long one.
Finally.
Oh my.
The only thing that remains is reason.
Cheer up, young lady. There is no need to shed tears over a glorious death.
All farewell. world. Our sorrowful Lord Nias.
No, young lady. As a warrior, I have witnessed too many bitter deaths. But now, all I feel is peace. I did not know until this moment that mortals could
This was your
live
favorite
their
and
lives
least
in
favorite
such a way.
story part so far? Oh, really?
Although only a sliver of your soul remains.
I think it's pretty good, but it's
So
definitely drawn out.
optimistic. Or maybe
But it has a lot of details going for it, so kind of makes sense that it is.
that you aren't able to feel sorrow anymore.
To be honest, I don't know either. But I am certain of one thing. This
Second half is beautiful.
not an acceptance of death nor apathy toward it. It's not even a feeling of despair.
We'll have to see.
I am just enjoying what remains of my life to the fullest.
I'm sure there's lots left because we still haven't taught the Sky Titan, which I believe is what the end was.
Indeed.
We haven't even
Along this journey that
approached that topic yet.
Not only have I changed the world, I myself have also changed in the process.
Why is that in
Now I
3.4?
have reached the journey's end.
I don't know.
I look back and see the grand epic that I've personally written. How could I not revel in that fact?
But when you depart the mortal realm, won't all of your accomplishments be reduced to nothing? Separation and death are two sides of the same coin. Reconciling this doesn't come easily for a mortal.
Finally, let me recount to you a story of mine, young lady. The first time I returned from the battlefield, I felt extremely hollow. The calamity had devoured everybody on the battlefield but me. When I returned to the city alone, the citizens held a banquet for me that was far from pleasant. I felt as though I was still on the battlefield, and the person who had returned was nothing but an empty shell. It was late into the night by the time the banquet ended. My head still reeling, I returned alone to the barracks. On the way back, I encountered someone. It was a crazed scholar looking at the night sky and muttering to himself by the side of the road. Although I tripped over him and fell, I wasn't angry in the slightest. And maybe because I saw myself in him, I inexplicably asked him a question. Do you think that it'd be better if we just died on the roadside like a couple of stray dogs? To my surprise, he shrugged his shoulders and sighed.
How does someone who is currently experiencing death, dying and living, afford the same amount of bliss? Now please go away and don't block my starlight.
Are you trying to say that there is no difference between living and dying? For they are both journeys that lead toward death?
That's exactly what life is, and death is, but a scale to measure how valuable the journey was. Journeys and epics are only glorious and magnificent because all things eventually fade to dust. Therefore, young lady, don't detest your fate.
Fair enough.
Instead, willingly and respectfully embrace it.
The embodiment of strife telling me about the majesty of the world.
Indeed. I believe that when the fated moment eventually arrives, you will be able to understand my words. It is time for me to knock on death's door. I will set up a long table at the end of the road and humbly await your arrival. When that moment finally comes, let us drink and be merry then.
day would eventually come.
Are the both of you ready?
Mm-hmm. Polixia, I'm here.
And it's Castrus.
What? This...
This is quite interesting indeed.
Cersei's just getting her popcorn.
Is this... Polixia's sister? Is it... me? Now, it's time for us to fulfill our promises.
Insane plot twist. I was kind of thinking that's what it was gonna be. So it wasn't too much of a plot twist.
What are you afraid of?
That I won't be able to do it.
So interesting though. Doing if I was expecting her.
You shall wither, and through that, the dead will sprout again from the remains, and be reborn with the dead flame. As foretold in the prophecy, and according to our vows, once
No,
it all ends,
wasn't hard to guess though.
we must face our fated moment head on.
Even if it was prophesized, do we have no say in the matter? It's so unfair. Why are we the only ones who are forced into mutual destruction? Let me do it, sister. Let me be death's sacrifice. I was never long for this world anyway. But you're different. I was the one who wasted your life after all.
You're wrong,
You know, I
Polixia.
could be wrong. But it looks like everybody that's dead in these
I don't think
illusions.
that my life was wasted.
The ones that are still alive are the ones that are shining brightly.
When I finally arrived at this destination and looked back at the
'Cause I
journey
didn't-
I took,
I don't think Nias was
I
shining like that.
discovered flowers
But
had
Cersei's
long
was.
since bloomed along the path I walked. It was you who sowed the seeds for
And
this
Polixia
sea of
isn't
flowers.
either. But
What
Castrus is.
more beautiful than the promised land at the end of the world?
Just something I've noticed.
Besides, I have lived a fulfilling life. Even though I was fated for sacrifice, none of the things that I've experienced will dissipate. Instead, they'll forever live on as memories inside your head. Will they not?
How could my memories of you ever compare to the actual you?
I wouldn't say smart, it's just something I noticed.
Well then, tell me. What exactly are we?
I don't know.
I don't know either. But regardless of what the answer is, regardless of how we're shaped by others, or even by this world, ever since we were born, the fact that we existed was predestined, and nothing could erase it. This is why I will always, always be by your side. We're twins, after all. All right, my dear Polixia. It's time to extract my heart and light the flame of death. After that, use it to plant the first bud in the prophesied new world.
If I imparted my knowledge of the art of alchemy to you, would you use it to resurrect someone you loved?
Death is inevitable. In the days to come, I am certain that someone whom I cherish deeply will leave me for good. If such a mighty power really existed, I think I would use it without hesitation. Even now, my answer remains the same. This is why, sister, I promise you, in the prophesied new world, I shall plant the first bud on your behalf. Go now. Return to the ocean god's treasured pearl, our hometown. I shall open wide the entrance to the Netherrealm and grant you a second life. The living beings on this earth shall respond to my call and lead you to the sacred daylight. Remember, do not look back on the land of the dead, and do not stop moving. In the new world promised by the prophecy, march toward your new life. As for the price of our equivalent exchange,
Yeah, it's quite sad.
let me be the one to pay it.
Everybody, we've come to the end. Unfortunately, I am not compatible with the Supreme Being, so I was unable to completely fuse their soul into my own body. However, being able to glean all this from them is exciting enough. I'm certain of this now. Before the Titans that we are well acquainted with were born, a group of heroes roamed the land. These heroes followed a prophecy and took possession of divine authorities one by one, until they eventually became the pantheon of the new world. Just like the flame chase journey of today, Amphorius's history is cyclical in nature.
What a startling revelation. This means that the demigods, who bear the core flames, will also become the new titans at the world's end, thereby shaping a new world?
I believe that this is the truth behind the Era Nova, as mentioned in the prophecy.
This is utterly unbelievable. Besides,
Yeah, so
those twins
the
in
Era Nova
past,
doesn't actually exist.
even if they really are Thanatos,
Not the Era Nova, the
their
other one.
whereabouts are still unknown even today.
One that Council of Elders is looking for him.
Are their whereabouts truly unknown? Didn't Polixia mention that seaside town, the birthplace of alchemy and the tale of the dragon? In our world, there exists a city which perfectly matches that description. Styxia.
But the people there worship Vagusa and bear no relation to Thanatos. I have also never been to that place, as in the time of Idonia, it had long turned into underwater ruins.
Take this.
This is...
the new Sporist masterpiece, the Philosopher's Stone. It was made by transmuting all of the sage's wisdom into a single entity, with their flesh and blood as its foundation.
That's pretty
Remember,
graphic.
I've mentioned before that the art of alchemy is all about conversion, tempering, and ascension. This process also applies to the pursuit of truth. Regardless of how unbelievable this sounds, the truths of the world have been refined from the impurities. Think about the story of the dragon. This stone will lead you to your real hometown, allowing you to reform the door to the Netherrealm and discover Thanatos' fate.
You still look as confident in your victory as ever. But what if your conjecture is wrong?
Simple. I shall merely admit to the entire world that my experiment was a failure.
Yeah, right.
However, my line of thinking will not fail because I have already planted the seeds of doubt into the hearts of the masses. Actions speak louder than words, Castorus. With the assembly about to begin, don't forget the promise you've made.
I've already searched for so long. I'm willing to try one more time. While we converse, her life is also slowly slipping away. But before I leave, I have another question. What exactly did we witness just now?
That was the world imprinted in Kefali's soul. If we are to prove its existence, you must take the final step. Go. Do not disappoint me.
I understand.
Hey, child of humanity.
Don't get antsy. I still remember the question you posed to me. As a scholar, I do not wish to offer up ambiguous conclusions. Let's discuss this topic again when she manages to find the evidence.
I merely wanted to ask, was that stone transmuted from your heart? If so, rebirth is no longer an option for you.
Why not? When I was a child, I lost someone dear to me. When I was a teenager, I lost my faith. A while back, although you saved my life, I also lost my soul in the process.
Poor guy.
Now I'm merely forsaking my body. What's the big deal?
Why are you always finding ways to die? Isn't it good to be alive?
This is but a necessary sacrifice on my path to transform into the purest of them all.
Can someone who's dead even claim to be the purest of them all? Furthermore, if your hypothesis is proven correct, does it not just confirm that the myths are true, and thereby invalidate all your theories?
No, it's just the opposite. If my hypothesis is correct, it means that I can actually ascend to godhood and reshape this absurd world that you all have created.
That's a lot to take in at once.
Poor Phidon.
Lady Aglaia, please, let me explain.
Go on.
You know that the core flame of death has always been the greatest unknown regarding the Era Nova, which is why both you and Kainis desire to gain the power to control that core flame in the approaching Citizens' Assembly. Professor Anaxa has come to a consensus with Kainis. They want to suspend the trial once Thanatos' core flame is reclaimed, hoping thus to eradicate death from this world. If they're successful,
Yes,
then the flame
that's
chase
what they
journey
said.
will cease, and Akama can enjoy everlasting peace. this runs counter to your wishes.
And he's not lame.
So long as we do not usher in Era Nova, the Black Tide will never be eradicated. Even with Lord Mighty on the front line, and the Black Tide not posing an immediate risk, the danger nevertheless remains. Honestly, it's difficult for me to assess the pros and cons in this decision. But someone must bring the core flame before we can begin negotiations over it. The Titan could be very near. I cannot let this chance slip by. Besides, someone has to make this trip to bring back Mrs. Soul.
Well said. You already had every reason to seek an audience with Thanatos. It's that great performer who has weaponized your wishes and placed us in this difficult situation. A world without death. Do you desire that too?
If fate
Flame
dictates
release
that
go
my
is there
path
too.
must
What?
oppose
No.
yours, I will do all I can to resist it and protect what I aspire to achieve. Lord Mighty showed me that without taking the first step, all talk of what follows is moot.
Stay your threats.
I have always hoped to hear you speak your mind, Cass. And I am glad to have heard your true thoughts, Styxia. I visited that place in the past. Though it is now an island surrounded by the river of Soul's torrents, it's not hard to see its former splendor. Go. I will not stand in your way. As for you, you are someone who has cheated death. I believe you have more than enough reason to make the trip with Casterus and meet the god of death himself. Casterus, I too look forward to your journey. I wonder what kinds of new interpretations your completed story will bring to the Flame Chase journey.
Thank you, Lady Eclia.
I hate to put a damper on this heartwarming moment, but if Styxia is now an island surrounded by the river of Soul's torrents, then how do we find a way in? Lady...
The answer is quite simple.
Oops. Excellent.
In the Mids.
Skip through that one. How we did weigh in, Lady Trivia is probably Hannah?
Zagreus once made the domain of the dead their treasure vault. That is to say, they could enter and leave the nether realm as they pleased.
Oh, I see.
And if they could do that, then it follows that the demigod who inherited their divinity must be capable of the same. I'll see you at Memorial Palace at Action Hour tomorrow. Cypher shall be your guide to finding that ancient city.
Nice. Oh, shit. That was a lot of stuff. Holy. That was a lot of information. Like, a lot. It was good, though. I'm looking forward to the next part, because it's going to be with Cypher. So that'll be cool. That's cool. It is cool. It took a long time, though. Oh, my god. You know, we got one cutscene out of the 3 that I've seen online. I've seen the one with Cypher and a snippet of one with Anaxa. And Forius is the best world mages ever. Maybe. I like the Jianzhou. The Lofu. I think that's a pretty good one too. But alright, that is gonna be it for our stream today. We did go a little bit over, but that's okay. Next stream will either be something new, or we'll be continuing Monster Hunter World. Not World, sorry, Wilds. Or farming a Zulu, maybe. We'll see what happens. See how the days go. You're welcome to the stream. I hope everyone enjoyed it. I hope to see you all again soon. Alright, take care, have a good night. Hi Panda, welcome. Sorry, you just came at the end. I hope you're doing well though. You're doing good, that's good to hear. Not sure if you just hopped in or not, but I hope you enjoyed the stream. If not, I hope to see you again on the next one. Maybe catch up a little more then. Yeah, next time I'll come. Sounds good. Alright, take care. Have a good night, everybody.